So working on my hands and knees over here, sealing up all the edges of the slab that is now completely installed. I showed you pictures before, I know, but now it's also pressure tested. And here we have a machine that's pretty cool. So this is each area, one there, one here, and that big loop is obviously the three here, all plumbed in, all tested. This is a little boiler that when the floor is poured on the three areas, this will be then put into motion about 4 days after it's poured, and it adds a bit of heat progressively. So it kind of gets the underfloor heating into usable condition, so that we don't just literally stick the pipes full of hot water. It actually expands it a little bit while it's drying, so it's pretty cool. But that's just one thing, a bit boring, I know for you guys, but it's something that is important to all of us, techie guys. It has to be done properly. But while I'm out, we've had a warm period, a warm segment. So 2 days ago, we were still below 3 or 4 degrees in the areas in the shade. You can see where it's shady. That was staying frozen. We've had 3 weeks really, or 2 weeks of cold weather. And now we have a flight. So the bees came out a little bit yesterday, very briefly. You can see they're flying pretty well today. They're pooping a lot. There's loads of poo on top of the roofs. They're not going terrifically far. Some are bringing in a little bit of gorse pollen. This is just, I like having a few hives at home because it just gives me an idea what the rest of the bees are doing. This one always flies well, and a little bit earlier too. You can see they're really working well. These three a little bit slower because maybe it's in the shade. Over here I got some nukes. These were the nukes that I transferred mini pluses from at the end of the season. Incidentally, the mini plus went 2 days ago. The whole lot's gone. You can see these are doing great guns. So they're flying like mad. These had a flight before, so they're just calming down a bit now. These are having their flight now, but I know why they're flying well in this corner, because I moved some ivy honey out here the other day to get. They're doing well as well. They're all huge colonies in here actually. But I put some ivy honey out just to move it out the way of the shed for now, and I thought it was sealed up. Big mistake. So I suppose you could say, let them eat cake, and they are. So anyway, if they need some feed, they can get it there quickly. They're all flying. We've got about 12 degrees, so it's really nice to have some nice weather. I don't want it to carry on. I don't want an early spring, as in like February. I want it to get cold again, to be honest. But it is nice to see some bees flying, and there's probably a good colony behind each one. Amazing energy for the end of January. It just shows you when they've been cooped up for a while, they want to get out, they want to cleanse, poop. Big mistake putting the car here, but I think we've escaped the most of it. There's a couple of little bits here, but I'd moved the car out this afternoon, so I think they've done most of their mega pooping. So anyway, beautiful to see that sun. It is, as I said, it is coming around further now. Every day another inch back this way before it sets. And look at that space in here. Those 3 pallets have gone. Now I can start moving stuff around. I've just got these things. If you're wondering what on earth these are. So these are doorposts. They don't stop anything. They just advertise the fact that the door is there. So they'll go, like one goes this side, one goes the other side. So that basically, when I'm reversing in or driving in, I know where the edge of the door is, because it is so easy to clack this side of the door or that side. I've also got some really cool reflective tape here, which is going to go on the door, and it's also going to go on the side. So I know exactly where the blinking door is, because I am petrified of clouting this lovely piece of metal, and I just I do not want to look at it for the rest of my life being all mangled and dented. So that is like the professional way of marking the door. Let's just see how they are when they're fitted. Believe it or not, these are on Amazon and they came all the way from Poland. So they're going to be fitted in the next couple of days, but they will mark where the edge of the door is. So there is lots going on, lots of little things. I'm going to be going to do the bees later in the week because it looks like we'll have a bit of high pressure over us, and it looks like I'll get an oxalic acid treatment on them all, hopefully later in the week. And that'll be my first this winter. So, you know, hands up, useless beekeeper. I have been away, obviously, in January, but we had windy weather then while I was away. We had windy weather before I went away all through October, November, and it made oxalic acid virtually impossible for me here. I know other guys in the UK have managed to do it, and fair play to them. I take my hat off to them. They've managed to get it in. I know it will still be a benefit if we do it now, because the brooding has probably only just about started and there's small numbers. So it will knock a few mites off. I know that the oxalic acid in the hive will help in many ways. That's the latest thinking. We're finding more stuff out about that all the time. So we are progressing forward. There's lots going on. Next Monday or Tuesday will be the big pour here. I've spoken to the Chappiste, it's called in French, who will be coming to cover this everything in one big coat. And I'll be jolly glad to get that done, because then after that I'm planning a trip away, and then there'll be nothing to do except let this dry, and I'll let my plumber in who's going to come and monitor the situation. So as I said, this will all be one piece. You can see now where I've siliconed around, see the concrete will come up over here, and this will all be one level. So when we drill into here, we've got proper foundations to drill into for the mezzanine base, which will go here, a big square. It probably won't even go that far. And it's the same there, you can see all around. We have to stick this down so that the concrete doesn't go behind. But I'm sure you're sick to death of me telling all about that, but it's just something I've got to do, and it takes ages on your hands and knees, but it's something that has to be done properly. The drain has all been filled with the foam. I've got to cut that away as well and check for any other small holes that I've left. But that is done, and that's already, everything is another step forward. So by the end of the week, I'll be really excited to get this finished, and I'm free to get, for instance, the roof on the barn next door, which I still haven't done. So anyway, from a very mild Brittany, stay tuned, catch you again soon. Thanks for tuning in, bye-bye.